stance of our opposition. Our opposition states that we would use more enforcement and more education, more campaigns to promote this awareness of gambling is bad. And this is already implemented in the status quo, and we say that by legalizing gambling, football gambling, we are making everything worse. I will explain this in my argument. Before I move on, I would like to take time to rebut the government side. The first rebuttal is towards the government proposal that they say that the problem right now is that gambling is not fair for the gamblers because they got cheated by the centers. But we say that is not the root of the problem. The root of the problem is that this cycle of gambling is going on, and the government has taken a step in the status quo to stop it. But by legalizing it, you are going to continue and proliferate that cycle itself, and you are making gambling more widespread, more available to people, which you said that you will not make it age limited. And by not limiting the age of people who can gamble, you are essentially saying that you allow children 13 years of age, 15 years of age, students who are supposed to study and who are crazy about football, they can just come in and gamble. You say you are allowing that. Is that right? No. We say that children are the basis of our society, and if you not have this mechanism, have this hole in your mechanism that you will not limit the age, you are doing a big mistake. And the second point is that there is no dire need in the first place to propose this problem, because do you see any dire need for protecting the gamblers? Gamblers are the ones that choose to do this harm to themselves, choose to risk their money, choose to risk their money, their valuable money that is supposed to be put on education and put on feeding of their families. They choose to put this money on gambling, and is that right? We say no, it is not justified in the first place for the government team to propose that they want to protect these gamblers who are bad people in the society in the first place. And we say that their problem, we deny the problem. We say that gambling is the major problem right now that is obvious, and the protection of fair gambling is totally not the issue of this debate. And for my split, the opposition, as a leader of opposition, I will talk about how more regulation will lead to a decrease in football gambling. And my second speaker will talk about the harm scenario that will arise with the government's proposal. Yes. And what we propose is that the status quo is working. The status quo of police regulation is working. There are currently campaigns, educational campaigns that are run by the government that promote people to not allow gambling. And this is working. And I will explain more in my argument right now. The first thing is that gamblers, let's look at the gamblers. What they want is that they want to gain money. But if the gamblers go to these centers that are controlled by the government, they will not gain money, because the government side have proposed that the gamblers would go and not gain money, but instead would lose money if they lose that round. And this means that the gamblers are losing money, and how would they want to go to gamble in that place in the first place? So these gamblers will not want to lose their money. And even if you legalize it, even if you do legalize it as you propose, you will anger the religious institutions. You will anger the communities in Thailand, which are deeply conservative, as we now see. And because the basis of Thai community is Buddhism, is the religion. And what does religion say? Religion says that you should make decent living by your own effort. You should not base your own life, the life of your family, the welfare of your family on the luck of football gambling. And if you legalize it, even though you said that it will cross benefits and everything, it will make what you're doing essentially is you are making gambling look right. And that is never right, because gambling gambling is a cycle, as you said. Gambling makes people addicted to it, makes people lose money. It exploits people, and it took away money from people, money that is supposed to go to education, and money that is supposed to go to the welfare of the family. And at the end of the day, and gambling also at the end of the day caused more crimes. People got killed because gamblers don't have any more money, and so they go out, kill people, rob people, and that caused unsafe environment, unsafe society for everyone in Thailand. And before I move on, I will take one POI.
You're saying that gambling is bad, but it's not wrong because you have the right to gamble. You have the right to choose whatever you want to do.
But that right to choose has to comply with the improvement, with the betterment of the society as a whole. That's why we have the government in the first place to provide us with rights. But however, we have to sacrifice some rights to contribute towards the betterment of the society, which is you don't gamble, you have enough money to feed your children and send your children to school so that they can come out and be productive for the society, so that the society can grow economically and socially. And the status quo is that we will improve, we will put more regulation, more education, more campaigns like the status quo is doing right now. You see it every day on the news that the police force has increased their focus on this issue, and they have increased the numbers of arresting of these illegal gambling centers. And maybe the status quo is not perfect. Maybe the status quo does not solve this problem perfectly. But you have to remember that nothing is perfect. But as long as it is the right step, it is the right thing to do, we are proud to take it. Because instead of legalizing it and making something that is fundamentally bad look right in the eyes of the people and be a bad example for the society, for the children, we instead take on a good step, a right step to do, a justified step to do towards making this society better and towards elimination of football gambling. What happened, and that is why our Thai are proud to propose. Thank you.
Time was 7 minutes 17 seconds.